Do you enjoy those beautiful silhouette cutout art? These are all keyframes from Lotte Reininger's 1926 silhouette film, The Adventure of Prince Alchemist. To make a silhouette film, you need to start with a silhouette cutout puppet like this one. This is the original puppet of Prince Alchemist, currently on display in Stadtmuseum de Tübingen, a museum in Germany. The artist behind this film, her name is Lotte Reiniger. She made her own storyboard, and she actually invented multiplane camera that predates the Disney studio for at least 15 years. Her silhouette cutout puppets are very sophisticatedly constructed. They are cut into smaller pieces depending on the amount of movement that's required. The more movement that's expected from the story, the smaller pieces you need to cut out, and then those joints are connected. We have a little video to explain how she does the freehand paper cutting, which I think is really fascinating, and is really why her art is extraordinary, because she basically used a pair of scissors as her pen and brush to draw and to create visual art.
Once it is decided how Papageno will look, Ms. Reiniger can begin to cut out the figure. First his head with its feathery headdress, for Papageno is a bird catcher and must look like a bird in order to carry out his profession. The original film of Papageno, taken from the sequence in Mozart's opera she made in 1935. The figures she cuts out and constructs were originally inspired by the puppets used in traditional Eastern shadow theaters, of which the silhouette film is the logical conclusion. And nowadays, much of her time is devoted to staging shadow theater plays. Yet it is remarkable how little the technique has changed. The materials, the black cardboard, the scissors remain the same as for her earliest films, the first of which she made in 1917. And then the whole figure and his costume are cut out in individual sections. The number of separate pieces does of course depend on the amount of movement that is required of a figure. Papageno, being a particularly important character, has particularly complex construction.
My name is Li Liu. I'm Communication Studies faculty member from Bellevue College. I'm lucky enough to receive the NorthwestXR EDU grant for the summer of 2024, and I spent the summer studying and developing my way of trying to replicate a paper cutout puppet following the Lotte Reiniger style. The motto I want to follow is the motto from the little girl of her story, Somalina. I really like this little girl. She had her adventures, and eventually she found her own voice. I started with the first try was just A4 regular paper, and I studied how each one of those pieces should be and can be related and connected to each other. And then I transitioned to construction paper. I used a pink piece of paper to create a similar puppet, and I cut those into smaller pieces. What I did slightly different from Lotte Reiniger's style is that my paper cutout puppet actually can put on and take off her outfit. In this pink model over here, you can see I create the paper doll, the body, as well as her outfit kind of separately. And I'm thinking I probably can change an outfit for her if I have additional time. And then I realized I might be ready to actually transition to black construction paper. I stack those so that I can achieve the similar quality in terms of the firmness and texture of each pieces. I also cut them into smaller even smaller pieces because I want to achieve more sophisticated movement. So she could bend her knee and she can turn around her head, she can look forward and she could look back. And then I sew the pieces together. The final product is kind of interesting. I put them together over here. The model to the far right is the cutout following the same puppet currently on display in Stadtmuseum in Tübingen. The one in the middle is what I have for now, the most current and the most developed model, and the one to the far left, you probably recognized it already. That's the pink one that I'm first to try out using construction paper. I hope one day that I get to visit Stadtmuseum in Tübingen and I can actually see the original model.